Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Yes, another craft today. I know, right? But I get in these moods and I go craft crazy and then I stop for a little bit. So, hope you can stick around. Here we go. Don't forget to check me out on Etsy. The link to my shop is in the description of every video. I'm excited to share a new community feature. If you go to my channel, it'll say go to community and you can post pics now. We can share them with each other, which is awesome. So I can see you guys decor or your thrift pics or whatever, and we can talk to each other that way. And a few of you have already went on there and shared some pictures, which I was so excited to see. So go check it out. Give each other some love. All of these amazing pictures you've loaded should show up in your YouTube feed, but you can always find them on my channel in the community post. How the heck are ya? I hope you had a fabulous week. And it's a doll. Dun dun dun. Yeah. I've got some dressmaker pins, 2 of them to make antennas. Then I have a misfit doll, a small one, and it doesn't have any arms or legs, but of course, there's always potential. And with spring being here and all of the bugs will return, I do have a love for moths and butterflies. So, I thought to myself, why not make a baby butterfly or a baby moth? There's no reason why we can't, right? So here we are. I just freehanded some wings, drew it on a piece of paper, of course with pencil, so I could erase 500 times before I got it the way I liked it, and cut it out. Then I have a piece of tin here, which is actually antique ceiling tin, and I have a scrap piece that I'm using. Just took my little template and outlined it with a marker, and then I'm going to take some tin snips. The ones that I have are curved tin snips, and I'm going to cut the shape out with them. Now, this stuff, if you use tin or any kind of metal, as a matter of fact, but especially this stuff, it's deadly. I'm telling you. It will cut your finger wide open. So proceed with extreme caution. Be very careful. And the little slivers you sometimes get when you're cutting, those will poke straight into your finger. So I'm just telling you right now, be careful. Now, after I cut it, I did do a little bit of, I guess, I don't know what you would call it, filing down the edges a little bit with like one of those metal files that's used for, in your garage, not a nail file, and you know, tried to make some of the sharper spots less deadly, I should say. And that seemed to work pretty good. And at this point, if you want to, you could go ahead and paint your wings whatever color you want. I contemplated as to whether or not I really wanted to paint my wings. And in the end, I just decided to leave them the way they were. Because I'm not too flashy person. I'm kind of basic. So, but you could go with some pretty pastel pinks or whatever colors you want. You know, feed off of nature. Just look at some pictures of some butterflies or moths and try to mimic that with your painting. Or just freestyle it and, make you whatever you want. Now, excuse my fingernails. I've used some stain, and therefore, no matter how much I've scrubbed, I cannot get that dark color out from underneath the tips of my nails. So, I took a piece of like that batting and just enough to wrap around my BB. I want it to completely cover the body, and the only thing that's going to be peeking out is the pretty little face. That's it. Another warning, do not touch the batting with your glue gun, because you'll do what I did. It sticks to your fingers and the glue gun and everything else. I left this part in so you could see, my boo-boos. But yeah, don't do that. Don't be a me. So, I'm just making little dabs of glue here and there and pressing that cotton on and making sure, that it's down. I got a little bit of glue on her eyeball there, and I'm cutting it off. And then just go all the way around. Just make sure it's pretty secure. That stuff is pretty forgiving, the cotton. You can kind of press it down and form it to a certain degree. My next step here is I took some string or twine, and I'm kind of going like crisscross applesauce kind of thing. You know, where I go around the back and then I kind of make an X and then make an X on the back and then flip it around and then do the same thing. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. But I just keep doing that to pull the batting more snug against the body. And yeah, it's a pain in the butt, but it works. And you'll go from the bottom to the top, around the head, over top of the head, and then back down. And once you get all the way to the bottom, you're going to take a dab of glue on the last bit of string, and then you will, tie your knots at the very end. And the dab of glue is just to, make sure it doesn't come unraveled. And then I just put a little excess of cotton batting over top of that dab of glue that I use at the very end. Yeah, and me with my hands, this was real fun because this doll is so small. And, me with my sausage fingers trying to do this was fun. But if you get any willy-nillys, like crazy hair kind of thing, take your scissors and just kind of snip it off and trim it. um, to make it more neat looking, not, all willy-nilly. But make sure that you do not cut the string when you do that. Okay, we have our BB. Looks like a little mummy right now. Next we're going to be doing the little antenna. Now, those dressmakers pins, you could just leave them. I mean, they're usually always white or an off-white. I just left them because it matched the cotton batting. But you could always, paint that a different color, like, black, like a butterfly's antenna would normally be. Your prerogative, whatever you want to do. But I just put a dab of glue in 2 spots where I wanted the antennas to go. And then shoved the pins in there and kind of held them in place until the hot glue dries. Or not dries, but cures. And then you have your alien baby. It kind of looks like a little alien baby until you get the wings on there. But yeah, I was finagling with those, of course, getting them in the right position. Then, basically just a big blob of hot glue in the center of your wings. And then put your BB on there and hold it down until it cures or sets. I don't know what the correct terminology is here. And then you'll have your little BB moth or butterfly. I thought it turned out really cute. Honestly. I was shocked and dismayed at how cute it was at the end. I was like, oh, well, it turned out pretty good. What do y'all think? Do you think it's cute, or you think I'm just plumb out of my mind? I decided that I wanted it to be a plant stake, like it was kind of flying, but I wanted the little curly Q, so I took some of that wire that we've used before. It's thick, but it's pliable. And just find something to wrap it around. And then I kind of stretch it out a little bit so it looks kind of like a bed spring. And then I'm just gluing it to the back. Now, you could put a magnet on the back of there and put it on your fridge. You could make a loop on the back with like a piece of the string, and you could hang it somewhere. This is my kitchen window, and I'm going to shove it right in this plant. Okay, well, we're done. I hope you enjoyed this craft. A nice little spring craft in my fashion and form. Let me know in the comments section what you think. Did you enjoy it? Is it a little bit too weird? Let me know. I'd like to know what you guys think. And next video, we'll be doing a giveaway, so tune in for that. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for being here. See ya later. Bye.